What's up, man? Good morning to a lot of you. I took a little nap, but we're still here. We still ticking. Still, you know, still putting it down. So let's get a few things addressed while we're here. What's up, Rico? I see you, Rico D. I look like DNA. Well, that's what's up. Oh, not. We just touching the tip of the iceberg. We ain't even got started yet. Yeah, well, it seems like they sending out notifications today. So, like, we're in the first minute and we already got people popping in. So, oh, you saw the Styles P interview? So, Scottie Pippen, former Chicago Bull, off the back of Michael Jordan, got six championship rings because of it. He got into the Hall of Fame because of Michael Jordan. And he had the audacity to speak on Rodney Hood. He must forgot about 1.8. That shovel nose of his is keep digging up stuff. He's trying to rewrite his past. This the same guy who said LeBron was better than Michael Jordan, then criticized Isaiah Thomas for saying the same exact thing. Then maybe he learned from his mistake. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he learned. He got a job now. Like, look, you better watch what you say. Michael Jordan got you everything, and you gonna bite the hand that's feeding you? Okay, not a good idea. Oh, the Diddy coat is over there on the Diddy chair. No, they brought it up on the show because he's known for it. It's called the 1.8 seconds. 1.8 seconds in the game to win the game. Scottie Pippen don't want to come in the game. So he criticizes Rodney Hood for not coming in the game when he didn't come in the game and he was the leader of the team. Rodney Hood is a bench player. He's like, he's not even a starter on this team. So for him not to come in the game, like, what difference did it make? It only made good theater because he's on the Cavs. Had he played on Toronto and he decided not to come in the game, who would care? Scottie Pippen was a candidate for MVP. He was the leader of the Bulls. Michael Jordan retired. He had, at this point, he had 3 NBA championships at this point. So you got 3 NBA rings under your belt. You don't want to come in the game that could help the team win because the play don't come to you. The play they drew up, Tony Kukoc shoots the ball. He wanted to be the one to take the last shot. So he didn't want to come in the game. And Bill Cartwright sat there, hit him, man. What's wrong with you, man? What's wrong with you? No, man, I ain't going in. So he know he would have never did this to Michael. Of course, you ain't Michael Jordan. You Scottie Pippen. Thanks, Polo. I appreciate that. My grandmother's doing better. We just got to get. She's got to go through rehab. Get the left side, her body, stronger again. You know. But thanks for asking. I appreciate that. Of course, Lambeer deserves Hall of Fame. Kukoc, no. But in basketball Hall of Fame, maybe, because he had an outstanding European career before he came to the NBA. No, my mom's not here yet. They had a delay because of the weather in Chicago's bad. So she's in Indianapolis right now. Sorry to hear that, Jamel. The Bulls were robbed in '94. Yes, they were. But at that point, would they have beaten, let's say, the Pacers? They would have had to play Indiana, and the Bulls weren't going to beat them. But Scottie Pippen now is telling, he was like, well, you should have won the game. You a role player. Me, I was the leader of a team, so I had a different argument. But for him, it's a bad look for the team. And, he had to talk to, I'm like, dude, listen, that's the reason why you supposed to go in the game, Scotty. You only live that down. You only live that down because of Michael Jordan. Well, here's the thing. Rodney Hood, Donkey, is a good player. He's a great complimentary player, but if you're not trying to play him and play him in the style, him and LeBron, they do not get along. And I knew this was gonna happen. You guys don't believe it, and I told you. When it first came on, oh yeah, you like the Uncle Murder stuff we was going through yesterday? Yeah, we was I was half asleep, dude, during that whole time. My homeboy came here to help me out, man. Straighten the crib up and do all the other stuff for me, man, because I've been so tired. Dude. I was up 19, 20 hours straight dealing with my grandma and everything. I'm doing that and then doing this, and then, it's just overwhelming. Yeah, I did a video on Nikki and Cardi already. It's already on the timeline, bro. Well, Scotty, see, here's the thing. People always talk about the year Michael left, right? They talk about that year. Scottie Pippen was only successful on the Chicago Bulls that year because the nucleus was there. Tony Kukoc, that was his rookie season for the Chicago Bulls. He came off the bench and he helped. People forgot Horace Grant. Horace Grant was key. Horace Grant was an all-star that year. He was on rebounding, scoring machine for the Bulls. He took a lot of pressure off Scottie Pippen. So Pippen could play freely coming up and down the court because he had guys that could play their position. Paxson was still there. Yeah, John Paxson still right there doing his thing. You had you had Bill Cartwright in there doing his thing. So the run of the Bulls, which lasted seemed like forever, the NBA was help pushing them along because Michael Jordan retired too close to the season starting. Do you understand this? Michael's retirement was not scheduled. It wasn't some stupid suspension. They wanted to keep a suspension quiet about Michael. No, Michael retired once his father passed. That was it. And no matter that he died in, it was a murder. So yeah, he definitely was. He was already contemplating how much longer was he going to keep playing before he wanted to do something else. So Michael had to be away from the game to miss it a little bit to come back to it. Yeah, that stuff was garbage over gambling. What gambling debt Michael Jordan couldn't pay? I mean, he had millions coming in. He made more money in endorsements than he ever did in the NBA at that point. So it was like, are you kidding me? So when they were gone, Tony Kukoc was hitting game-winning shots to win the game his rookie year. He beat Orlando with a game-winning shot. Kukoc was clutch with shooting coming off the bench. Matter of fact, he won the six-man award when Michael came back. Tony learned the game. So he was coming in the game and actually providing a spark. But Scotty was jealous of Tony, and he was jealous about the money. He never was paid and compensated the right way. And they kept saying, well, we're going to relook at it and renegotiate, but they don't have to if they don't want to. The Bulls got you under contract. They have no need to restructure your contract if they don't want to. You just got to play for them. You signed a 6-year deal with like no wiggle room. There was no free agency. You wanted a straight 6-year deal. They gave you a straight 6-year deal. Scottie Pippen got a Nike deal because of Michael Jordan. He got everything he got because of Jordan. There wouldn't be no Nike by Pippins. He would have been wearing some Asics. Yes, Joe Dumars was MVP of the 1989 NBA Finals. Isaiah would have been there for 88. Isaiah would have won MVP in 88 had he not got robbed when they called that foul. And Isaiah won MVP for the NBA Finals in 1990 when he single-handedly put on some of the best performance shooting I've seen in a long time. Exactly. He signed that long-term deal, but at the time he signed it, gave him security because he was a bum. God forbid he turned himself and he improved his game, he improved his ball handling, which was key for him. That helped him through his career. The shooting came later, but his ball handling improved. But Scottie Pippen wasn't always about his physical. He had the attributes. It was always the mental part that took Scottie out of games. The mental aspect. He was mentally weak. And because he was mentally weak, he was easily intimidated. And Michael Jordan had to be there to fight his battles. So without Michael being there to fight his battles, he had Horace Grant and everybody else. So when that year was over and they didn't win after they won 55 something games, people didn't realize that Vegas had to push the Chicago Bulls to win in 55 games. They got calls, they got stuff they weren't even supposed to get that year. BJ Armstrong was on fire for the first half of the season. Things were looking good and they were winning games they shouldn't have won. And they put Pete Myers on the team to replace Michael Jordan. That was crazy. But yeah, Pete Myers. So, with that being said, they're going through this whole layout with Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen and them are winning games because Vegas needs them to win games. Because if the Bulls don't make that quota, like a lot of people bet on the Bulls, they would have lost. Vegas would have lost a lot of money if the Bulls didn't meet that criteria. Because the betting lines are already released for this NBA season. Michael Jordan retired too late. So now people are definitely betting against the Bulls going anywhere without Michael Jordan. So now the people who protected their money and put the money down that the Bulls would go there, especially in the NBA, their money, they got to keep the Bulls right here. They got to keep the Bulls at 50 plus wins. Now, here's the scenario. Going into the next season, after they lost because of a bad call by a guy that don't like Scottie Pippen, I see why. But anyway, by this guy, the very next season in 1995, there is no more Horace Grant. BJ Armstrong is there. You still have a couple of the nucleus guys there, but it's kind of a new team. So you're starting to see now there people are focusing in on the Chicago Bulls. They're preparing for life without Michael Jordan. The projection went from 50 games down to 40 for the Chicago Bulls that they would win this year. They were on their way out and wasn't going to make the playoffs. They were losing. They were almost a 500 team, losing and winning every night. Scotty's mad because Tony Kukoc is getting all the shots or hitting these shots. Scotty was choking in the middle of the season. The Bulls are losing games. They got Corey Blunt in there as the power forward because he looked like Horace Grant. And Corey Blunt's not delivering at the power forward position. They're losing the teams they shouldn't. And this is all because of Scottie Pippen, his lack of leadership. Bill Cartwright's trying to get his head in the game. Like, hey, man, get your head in the game. No, man. He's having meltdowns because now he's dealing with the pressure of being a number one. He ain't got no Horace there to fall back on. He got to be the guy. So now you the guy, Scotty. You wanted this pressure, right? Now it's on you. Now the media in Chicago is all on his back in 95. So naturally, the wheels are falling off. So, and this is the second year without Michael Jordan. They're going into year two. He didn't want to come in the game. Tony hit the game-winning shot. They're sticking around. The San Antonio Spurs is the number one team in the NBA. They play the Bulls. Dennis Rodman and the Bulls, they killing the Bulls. Rodman is D'ing up Scotty. Scotty ain't getting off no more. He can't get past Dennis Rodman. Rodman D's him up, shuts down Scotty. Scotty gets mad at a call or whatever. He grabs a chair, start throwing the chairs on the court. I'm throwing a chair. Right then and there, when they did it, the Chicago Bulls tried to trade Scottie Pippen right then and there. They was on the phone the next day. The people in Chicago was like, yeah, Scotty got to go. Scotty wanted to go. He wasn't happy. And Michael was contemplating coming back. And that was the only grace that came into play that Michael was at these games, at some of the games that was getting the itch to come back to play basketball. They were saying probably next year, and they were pushing like, no, we need him to come now. Michael went to Bulls practice. And then that's when you see the picture of Scotty when he's holding up the shoes, like, come on back, Michael, come back. He wanted Michael to come back because he couldn't deal with the pressure of being a number one. He can't do it. So please stop telling me about what Scotty did that one year when Michael was out. No, he played a whole nother year. What happened in 95? What happened in 95, Scottie Pippen? Somebody please tell me that. Portland told you that. Houston should have told you that. Houston should have told you about Scottie Pippen. Listen, all these people ain't gonna be wrong. It's too much evidence. Right. Exactly. They had a whole roll of tissue called Scotty's tissue. He was soft as Scotty's tissue. That's exactly what they used to have for him. Yeah, Sean Kemp for Scottie Pippen. They were talking about doing that, but they didn't want to. They didn't want to trade Sean Kemp for Scottie Pippen. Seattle. They believed Sean Kemp was raw talent and was going to definitely be something special. Now, Scotty had a mental injury, not a finger injury. So him talking about Rodney Hood just made it all like, what are you talking about? He should have went out there and been with the team. I guess he's saying from experience, but he's not addressing the situation with him as being a because they actually Rachel Nichols actually brings it up about the well, Scotty. They're gonna bring up the 1.8 sections. You didn't come in the game. He's still trying to justify himself not coming back in the game. Well, that's a different situation because I was a superstar and I wasn't a bench player and I felt Phil was trying to like to call plays and stuff and you know he want to be in control, and I felt like I've earned the spot. It's my time. I'm the leader. I should be the one. Dude, he the coach. You're Scottie Pippen. And people forget, and what made him look stupid is that he didn't come in the game and the play worked. So Phil Jackson won. The strategy, the play they ran was to get the ball to Tony. Tony shot a three, won the game. They drew up a play. The play worked. And the Bulls won the game. So Scotty didn't come in the game. He pouted like a little boy on the bench. They hit the game and won. Like, now, we don't need you, Scott. Now he looks like the biggest idiot in the world. What happened if Tony Kukoc misses that shot and they lose? That's an even bigger story. Because now Scotty would get the blame. But since they won, that 1.8 comes back crazier. Scotty should have never played that position. And instead of saying I should have went in the game, he still right now boldly defends this point of him not coming in the game, but criticizing Rodney Hood. See, I can see if he's saying like, I didn't come in there, I did the same thing you did, I regret it. I should have went in the game. Now that in hindsight, so I'm advising you, you should have went in the game. It's a bad look. But Rodney Hood apparently is going to apologize. He already apologized to the GM Kobe Altman, but he's going to apologize to the team when they get together this week for the meet. They got me for practice. They got to practice this week. But for Scotty, what I'm trying to tell, why he's trying to justify what he's doing as the reason why he didn't come in the game, that was even more of a reason to come in the game. Rodney Hood is a bench player. He's not significant to the outcome of a game. This game is decided already. This is garbage time. So in garbage time, normally some role player come in the game. He's upset that you took a garbage player and put him in Rodney Hood's time. And you gave that guy an opportunity over him, where probably in practice, Seti is not beating out Rodney Hood. Or if that was the case, Rodney Hood minutes would have been decreased earlier. You know, if they're using it by game and game experience, Rodney Hood gets 12 minutes a game. Now, I don't know what he was complaining about in the Indianapolis series because so far in this series, he's been getting 12 minutes on average a game. Because that's Ty Lue's job is to manage minutes, who plays what. And he alternates with Jeff Green. So he's gonna get his 12. You know, it's like you gonna get your 12. He plays 16. That's the only he got one. So at least he took 5 shots, and that was game 3. But he was upset that Seti went in because that's LeBron's boy, and he wanted Seti to get some minutes. And I don't Rodney Hood should have won in the game, but I understand how he feels. You know, it's the pride in him, his attitude. He felt the same way in Utah. He just wants to play well and he likes to play basketball. His style and LeBron basketball style are different. You know, he's great if he played in a system. He's a system basketball player. He's not a basketball player like this. Free just run out and just play. No, that's not he likes to play in a rhythm, transition, got to get touches. That's the only way Rodney Hood can contribute. Have you seen him when he first came to the team? He was doing great, right? They were in rhythm. They were giving him the ball when he wanted. He was good playing with the players that they had on the court. They hitting him in transition. They're not running those plays anymore. Exactly. He came from Duke. He came from a structured basketball system. And now you playing this back alley, you know, milk crate on the light pole basketball that LeBron James play. Right. You playing 2K basketball out here. And because of it, you got to sit there and wait till LeBron James feel generous or a guy collapse on him for them to throw you the ball. Then you just got to pull up and shoot. That's not his style. He likes to get to the middle of the court, like free throw line extended, and pull up for jump shots or penetrate in. And he's not trying to pass the ball to the. It'll be a guy open. I told you, if it touches Donkey's hands, Donkey is trying to score. He is not trying to do nothing else. His job is to score. He does not make the extra pass because he knows in his minutes he's trying to improve and get some touches and get the feel of scoring again, and get some rhythm going. This was probably the best LeBron James series he's had. He sucked the first 2 games. He wasn't that good in the first two. Or at least the game one. Game, I think 2 and 3, he was pretty much there. 2, 3, and 4. But the first game, he was dead. Dead to the world, tired. The other team had to carry him. Then he ended up having the best game anybody ever seen him play. Oh, I'm sorry. That's Robin Hood's name. He's Donkey from Shrek. So, he played, you didn't know he played Donkey in Shrek? Yeah, they ain't need no makeup or nothing. They just put him right in the movie. And now that those Shrek checks, Shrek is, dried up, he is in the NBA now. So Donkey was out there and he's trying to get his minutes in. Shrek, I'm gonna go over there and play with LeBron, Shrek. Yeah, I'm gonna play LeBron. I was in Utah. Nah, I didn't got traded to Cleveland. I'm playing with the game. Well, okay, donkey. Listen to LeBron. Oh, I'm gonna listen because I can dribble it, I can shoot it, I can go. So, well, here's the problem. LeBron and him don't mesh. They do not mesh. Thank you. I appreciate that. I know. He's running back screens and back cuts. He's used to that in Utah, getting the ball in transition and scoring. That's how he was productive in Utah. I mean, he'll have a bad shooting night, like here and there, but normally he can get out of it if he's getting the ball in rhythm and situations like that. But Rodney Hood has always expressed himself when he felt like things are not revolving around him or involving him getting touches. And when Utah, he saw that, Mitchell, the rookie, during the preseason this year, he was the number one option in Utah. People don't realize that. This preseason, Rodney Hood was the number one option for the Utah Jazz. The number one option. So of course he's gonna have problems with Mitchell coming in there playing the way he's playing, and it's taken away from Rodney Hood's game. So Rodney Hood was upset. Yes, Mitchell can ball. So you got two guys. You got a young rookie, who's just coming in here, who's incredible, and you got Rodney Hood, who's your number one guy, and he's unhappy because of the way Mitchell was playing. And the way Mitchell was playing was not conclusive to Rodney Hood. It was going to be a distraction. Utah was losing games. People wanted to see Mitchell more. It was like, man, we need to play that Mitchell guy, and Hood wasn't fitting in. So a trade needed to happen. They needed to get some new people in there, some new faces. They had to shake things up. So they brought in Clam, and they brought in. They had Derrick Rose, but he didn't want to play for that. He was like, let me out right now. Buy me out now. Exactly. He said he kicked a hole in Mitchell's Maybach. Oh man, that's funny. Donkey kicked the hole in the Maybach. That's funny. Cause he needs the money, James. That's my all-purpose guy. As you can tell, he's all-purpose. You can tell from listening to him, he's an all-purpose human being. Carcino has a problem. Carcino don't have any problems. You understand? I am the king. The king does not have to do anything. The king delegates. I delegate these things. I'm not finna do all that. They gonna do all that. See, I have a whole host of people who are very instrumental in my survival. I do like this. Half the universe is gone. Snap my fingers like that. Half that universe wiped out. I run this. Didn't bring donkey his oats. You on fire today. But no, that's what I'm saying. That's what makes him a hypocrite. Scottie Pippen had a chance to sit there and say, I made a mistake back when I did that with Tony Kukoc. I thought it was my team. I was really feeling myself, instead of listening to the play. And now the play worked, it made sense. But as the leader of the team, I should have been there because that was a moment you're gonna regret that you didn't be there. You should have been on the team, and he recognizes that's a mistake that he shouldn't have. I'm not going in the game. Undermining the coach, even for a guy that's on the bench, it looks bad because after this year is over, they wanted, like Cleveland was planning on keeping him. Now, they're planning for LeBron to be gone next year. So LeBron's gonna go to LA or wherever he's going next year. So you gonna have a team to yourself. You only got to deal with LeBron for about less than 10 more games. Like max. He's done. You really don't have that much time to deal with LeBron. Just a couple more weeks, and you ain't got to worry about him no more. Yep, this could be your team. Exactly. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Well, you got to look at it. He's Charles Oakley. He was Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen wasn't hanging out with Mike back then. I'm actually not. You're just looking at my face. I'm actually like steel right now. Like I've actually lost like 5 pounds. I ain't been eating nothing really in like 2 days. This is like the first time I've been buying food. I got food I couldn't even eat. My grandma had that stroke and I couldn't even eat. I took one bite of the food. It's just still sitting in the refrigerator. I'm gonna get over there and get to it when I get a chance. Nah, I was just in a bad situation yesterday because I was up like 19 hours straight. Like couldn't sleep. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. She's getting better. She's getting better. It's just gotta take some time. It's just the early stages. So she's surrounded by her family. So we all there. Visiting hours is down the road. So. You right, James. I haven't had time to go back. My mom wasn't feeling well. and she's arriving today, but she still like ain't feeling 100%. Um, my grandma's sick. Just had the stroke. I'm busy, bruh. Oh yeah, well, we still got to keep up with current events. I wish that was all I did, Mr. Cunningham. Thank you, I appreciate that. But another scenario is that a lot of people neglected was the fact that Scottie Pippen is an idiot. This guy, he's so into self and delegating. They paid him $30 million in Houston. He lasted 1 year and was out. They got eliminated in the first round. He had one game, the only game they won, when he finally did something and scored like 30 something points to help pull them out. And even Hakeem Olajuwon is like, what's wrong with this Scottie Pippen guy? Like, what is wrong with him? And it was like, look, Scottie's done. Emotionally, he's through. He couldn't play with Charles Barkley. And Barkley, like, look, I played with Scottie Pippen before. Like, what is going on with him? He mentally wasn't that guy all that season. That's why they got eliminated in the first round of the playoff. Well, the thing was, Hakeem Olajuwon was trying to get Scottie Pippen to become a Muslim, and he gave up on that with Charles Barkley. That didn't last at all. Charles, have you ever tried to pray? Yeah, I pray I don't get too drunk on this flight. They got some nice cocktails on this one. And that waitress, boy, she got some legs on her, man. Shoot, ain't y'all can have like 7 wives. Shoot, you just get started on this plane. Here, King, can you have a drink? Can Muslim get towed up? Oh, well, I'll take your drink for you then. Matter of fact, you order 3 more and I'll just drink it off your tray. Have you ever heard of the Quran, Charles? The Quran. The Quran? Yeah, I heard of Quran. Yeah, he played down there at the rec center. He used to play at the University of St. John. Yeah, Quran. Yeah, he was pretty good. Power forward. Ooh, look at them legs. Shoot. I'm gonna give me another drink. So he was, this is what Akeem Olajuwon was trying to do. Like he was good at doing that with younger players, rookies and stuff like that. Like giving them some knowledge. And trying to help them out when they was having problems. But he had to do that with Scottie, to sit down, talk to Scottie. But he was just trying to give him some advice. Yeah, I mean, he tried. He tried. It came out more like a conversation. It worked more with the younger group. But what he was basically doing, not really trying. I'm joking when he's saying turn him into a Muslim. He was trying to give them some structure. If you see guys was like all over the place, they probably didn't have a father in their life or whatever. Structure. He tried to implement structure by giving them some discipline. Oh yeah, you know he probably told him. He like, man, you ain't got no meat in this bag. You ain't got no meat on you. Where the meat at in this food? I done stuck me some bacon. I got some fried bacon in this little Ziploc bag here. They got this thing here. See, it's yellow and blue, but when you seal it, it turned green. Cause see, yellow and blue came together and made green. I didn't even know that. I thought green was just green by itself. They gotta get this yellow and blue put that together. But I got my bacon in here. Cause it is pay. Hey, you know, this flight, I don't know how long this flight gonna be. I can't be no Muslim. They talking about no pork. I'm like, who gonna eat all that bacon? If I ain't eating it, I ain't gonna let the white man eat all that bacon. Ooh, man, I used to eat at Della's, man. You know, get a thing of hot sauce, put that right on there, that plate. You can have pork chop and bacon and the sausage. I had the three mega meal. Man, that thing was so good, man. It felt like I died and went to heaven, man. I swear I saw my heart literally beating out my chest like this. It was so happy. That ain't what it means, y'all. That's what it meant to me. Duh. Didn't you feel tired? Yeah, I went and took a nap. That's vintage Charles Barkley. Just hit him with the Chuck Mo. Be like, yo, you are a hater, B. Nah, that's Chuck Strange, not Chuck Mo. You know what? You are a hater, B. Yeah, well, Scottie Pippen problem is Scottie Pippen. He's always been the main thing to ever stand in his own way. I've never seen anybody destroy themselves as much as Scottie Pippen. He has no one to blame but himself. I mean, really, he was definitely a detraction to his own self. Michael Jordan built this guy's career. It was clear as day. If Scottie Pippen had the same numbers, if he had the same numbers that he got right now and he was on another team, would Scottie Pippen be in the Hall of Fame? No, he wouldn't. No, Mr. Drop Dime. Scott, I say it first and then Skip repeats me. In case you haven't noticed, I do videos before the show even come on. And they end up saying exactly what I say in my video. And what I'm saying about horse face Scottie Pippen is the same thing everybody has said about horse face Scottie Pippen. Oh, a horse is a horse, of course, but no one can talk to a horse, of course, unless the horse is, of course, the famous Scottie Pippen. Skip said that yesterday. Well, then Skip is correct because I've been saying that for a very long time, way beyond yesterday. You just got here. I'm from Chicago. I've been saying it since he was here. You got to remember, I'm a Detroit bad boy Piston fan living in Chicago. We've been saying it. We know what he is. We know exactly what kind of player Scottie Pippen is. I'm not biased. I'm factual. The greatest basketball player to ever touch a basketball. Pippen in the open floor was legendary. Yeah, he was great because he mastered his ball handling ability, but the problem with Scotty was the he was a better shooter than LeBron James, but they played the same type of style of basketball. Except for you could mentally take him out of the game more than you could LeBron. The only thing is that the NBA is catered to dealing with LeBron James as far as keeping LeBron happy. Whatever LeBron wants, LeBron gets. They're not they're not really having that same compassion when it comes to whatever LeBron James want, LeBron gets. They didn't have that for Scottie Pippen. The league wasn't gravitated around Scottie. LeBron can't take more banging. He crying and flopping on the floor now. Somebody barely touch him on the head. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh, great. Now you want Scottie Pippen's wife. You want a 40-some-year-old woman with bad knees. I understand, Mr. Gordon. You want to have this dialogue back and forth. But that is actual stupidity to believe that the bad boy Pistons would have a problem with LeBron James. That he they played against Michael Jordan, believe me. They would have no problem with Mr. James. They would accommodate him very much so. In today's style of basketball, the Pistons would still be a problem for them. Even in this style of basketball they play now, the Pistons would still be a problem for LeBron James. Absolutely. We were incredible. A synchronized unit of destruction. Matter of fact, I think my 50 Cent video is up now. Y'all need to check that out. I think. Let me make sure before I even say anything, but my 50 Cent video is out. Did anybody get a notification? I'm talking about for the 50 Cent video. Well, Murph got his. All right, Kyrie, you got your notifications. I'm glad. Oh, thank you, Mr. Pierre. I appreciate that. That's crazy. It's not even in the uploads. Well, Texas T guy, we did talk about the Pistons yesterday. Well, they'll probably take some time before they send the notifications out. It's hard, probably because I'm going live. And when you go live, it's like a weird process. Well, it is what it is, fellas. I did do a review for This Is America. Equalizer 2 will be out this summer. Well, I'm a little tired. I got a lot of rest. Yeah, more rest than I did a day ago. I own a lot of Diddy coats. Yeah, I might have to get a whole new Diddy coat. Diddy coat. What? Diddy coat. Diddy coat. Diddy coat. But we gonna shut this. Definitely. You don't want to miss that. Deuces.